Hi everybody, this is Dorothy Kelty of Raccoon Alley Creations. I made a tag like this in another group, and unfortunately I can't find the sample to show you. Excuse me, or the journal I put it in. But I got a request underneath that one to show how I made it, so here goes. What this is it's going to be a it's like a puzzle where you have these spaces and you take a bead and you put it around and then it's decorated. So that's what we're going for. Okay, and I went ahead and did some measurements here, and I'll leave this here for just a minute in case you want to do a screenshot on this. So where I have 1/2 inch here, they're actually a tiny bit less than a 1/2 inch. That's why I said less than. This is a less than sign. So just under a 1/2 inch. The measurements aren't important. I drew this out and then I kind of measured what it was. I did kind of look at, centering these and this in the tag shape. So let me see if I can do this. So I'll have this on my Ko-fi shop in case anybody wants to download it. But really what you want to look at is the size of the tag and that you have. And you want enough of an edge that you're going to cut out of this corrugated cardboard so that it's not too weak. If these are cut too thin, they're too weak. Now, this is already cut off, but I just want to show you that when I'm cutting, I like to have, I use a ruler, and I had lines drawn, and I marked out the things that I wanted to cut away because I did not want to get confused. So I'll go through and cut all the vertical lines like this where I want them. And then I'll go and I'll look at where the horizontal line. So this one went this far, and then I had to stop. So that's why it's marked. This one went this far, and then it had to stop. These down here, I would turn it around like this so I could see the lines. And then I would cut this shape, and then this shape. Okay? And I had to cut them a couple times to get them to come out. And then I took some sandpaper and I lightly went around this. I didn't want it to be completely smooth. It doesn't need to be, I don't think. I wanted to get rid of some of these little pieces. Well, there you go. There's one I didn't get rid of. Okay, now this is going to be glued to a background here. And then also to the front. Now to figure out where I'm going to cut away on this, I'm going to start by gluing this on here. And then I'll be able to cut away through here, through the holes. So I'm going to glue the front onto it first. Okay? I want the glue to be as close to these edges as I can get. And the reason for that is because, instead of using these for a bead like a puzzle, this could be just kind of an interesting shaker card. And so then you don't want these, the shaker to get, the little things to get lost in the cardboard. So here I'm putting this on. This is Fabri-Tac glue that I'm putting on here. I just realized something. Well, that's okay. Okay, so then I'm going to so actually, I'm not thinking. This is wrong. So let me just get a wipe and wipe this glue off. I forgot for a second there that I have to put the netting in between the front of this. So I do need to cut this out before I do it. Now, I'm going to draw these lines, and I'm okay if they're actually a little bit bigger than where this cardboard background is, because it'll help disguise this. Okay, so now I have this cut away, or I have this marked out. So now, just like I showed you that I would cut the cardstock, I'm going to use a straight edge and go down here. I'll start here and then go down to the bottom. I'll start here and then go down to where this line is. Start here and go down to where this line is. Start here and go down to where this line is, and then start here and go down to where the line stops. Now, if it helps you when you're doing this, you can make these lines a little bit longer if it helps you to see. And the same with this. I'm going to be cutting from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, because I'm cutting this away. Remember, I said I kind of marked what I'm going to be cutting away so I didn't get confused. Okay? And I'm going to be cutting here, 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 here. Okay? So now let's go ahead and do that. I'll use the straight edge here, and I'll cut from here to here, and from here to here. And now I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to cut from here to here, from here to here. Whoops. This goes from here to here, and from here to here. Can you see that? I'm getting low on battery. Let me plug this in. Hopefully that's not going to interfere with my filming. Okay, so now let's see. We're going to use this and just make sure that we've gotten all the way around here. Sure I've done this correctly. Now you could use a digital for this. I actually don't have like a full page digital of the kits that I'm using available anymore. Did I miss this line? I think I did. That's a pretty ugly edge there. This is cut out. This is cut out. This one is pretty much cut out. That is cut out. Now, if you don't like the look of corrugated cardboard, then what you would do is, you know, maybe take some glossy accents or something and go over the edge of these. I personally like it just fine. Let's make sure this is gonna line up and look all right, and I think it does. It doesn't, it's a little bit rough right here. I'll see if I can sand it out, and if not, I'll cover it up with my decorations a little bit, okay? So now, whoops, we still got some glue there, it looks like. Now I'm going to take this. Now, I don't want this to be too awful tight, because I want my bead to, you know, I want to be able to take my finger and push my bead up and down through these. So, what do I do with that piece? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down, but I'm not going to be, as I said, I don't want it to be too tight. So, let's see. Now, helps to not leave your pin out so that your bottle is closed. I actually don't like this size of the Sugar Belle piping bottle. I haven't found a really good plug for it. Okay, I'm going along here. Gonna go along here. Along here. Now this doesn't, I want to get it close to the edge, but I'm going to have some cardboard that I'm going to be gluing around the rest of this. So if it's not as perfect. Okay, so now, like I said, I don't want it too tight. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece here, and it's going to go right like that. So let's put some more glue here. And in this case, I'm going to put a lot more glue all over. The glue will go through this netting, and it will also hold the cardboard on top. Now, I would really be being careful of this if I was putting things in to put a shaker card, because those sequins and beads and things can be pretty small. But because I'm making a little puzzle that you slide things around, I do have a little bit more grace on this. Okay, let's make sure this is lined up properly. Okay, my thumb. Okay, and now we're just gonna go around this. First we'll cut the netting off. Okay, we'll cut these edges off. Okay, so now I need a bead or a button or something that I'll be able to move up and down through this puzzle. So I have a button here, but it is, I mean, it kind of fits in here. Oh, but it's too tight there. See, things are not exactly right. So that one doesn't work. This one here This would work. I could push it around. You can actually, if you have enough room, you can have two so that they will go up and down like this. They can be, here I have this, look at this cute little bug, ladybug. This is actually a bead, so it's not a full ladybug, but it'd be pretty cute going up and down around there. Okay, let's see what else I have. I picked out kind of an assortment of things. Oh, here's a little bitty green bead. This will easily go. Okay, so let's do with that. Now, what we have to do is glue a piece on the back to hold it together. Now, once again here, I want this to be glued down really well. I don't want to get those beads glued down. I just want the paper glued down. But we want to get these pretty close to the edges. You can see that I didn't get that top piece on in quite the right place. But will any of the corrugated cardboard that shows through will be covering up when we decorate the top, okay? So here's this tag, and now we want the green side to show, so we'll just take this and put it down. Now, I am going to turn this over as I'm pushing it down, okay? I do not want, I want any give to be in this netting around here, not in the paper on the back, okay? I'm gonna just go ahead and clamp this in place. I want it to dry really, really well before we go on to the next part. Now, I want to decorate this. I want it to be really, really pretty. And so what I'm using for this is I have some digitals here from Dear Julie Julie, so I want to see if I can use any of these. I like the collage look. This piece I was thinking about putting on the front, but it wasn't quite big enough. But I think I can take this piece and just cut around this. This is a rough cut. It's not a real exact cut, but I think that it's pretty. Okay. Okay. Now this will be able to go here, and we can put it up so that it goes a tiny bit over here. Let me go ahead and cut this off around the edge here. Put this here and cut this off here. Whoops. Here. I'm gonna turn this. That's fine. Okay. So as you can see now, this is kind of the puzzle part. Is the beads can get pushed up and down around here. Through this, and then they can, oops, it's not quite dry. I shouldn't be doing this yet. Okay, they can actually kind of change places here to come back down, okay? So that just makes this kind of a little interactive, fun, I think, fun thing. Oh, look at this. Okay, So now let's think about decorating it. Leave those beads alone. On this, I think a little collage would be kind of nice. So, and I just love, I'm actually going to tear this off a little bit off the top. I love when you have old pages and it gets this discoloration along the edge. So we'll take that. And this is Welsh writing. So I think foreign, non-English words and things, I think they just are so pretty and add interest to the collages and stuff when I do them. Okay, this can go up here, and it can go above this a little bit, as long as I don't get any glue there. Okay, so we'll go right along here. This sticks down below the bottom, so let's see if I've gone too far. Okay, so this can stick above this and be down here, and I think that's rather pretty. Okay, across the top here, I think we're going to, not going to cut, I'm going to tear. This is one of Dear Julie's images. And I think I'm going to tear it over like this. Let's see. I'm going to cut this. Okay, let's see how that fits. Pretty well. Okay. Now here, I'm going to add this drywall tape along the edge here. If I can get a hold of it and pull this off. I'm going to add a little bit more glue. This is sticky, but especially, you know, around the edges where the paper tears off, I think it helps to have this, to add a little bit of glue to it. Okay, I'll put this right up here. I just think this drywall tape is just a little fun addition. I heard about this drywall tape from one of Dear Julie's digitals, and I've been using it ever since. The brown part that you take off can also be used if you want. As I said, there's a little bit of a this edge I didn't cut too good. Let me just take this. There's this little, this is a miniature page, so these are so you can make miniature books if you want, which is really fun to do, or they can be used like this as decorations. So as long as we don't get the glue onto this to hold it together, it won't interfere with our little interactive puzzle thing here. Okay, so put that right there. And I'm going to I'm going to punch a couple holes up here so that I can put a ribbon or something in here. I'm going to push 2 holes, and I'm going to use the vintage pole technique, which is a vintage ribbon technique. So you'll see how I do that in just a second. I'm not going to reinforce those because they are pretty, there's a lot of thickness there, so they're not going to tear real easily. Along the edge here, first I'm going to take sandpaper and run it along the edge of this a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take not a damp wet wipe, but something just to get the dust off, okay? And then I'm going to take some stickles. Now this is glitter glue, Ranger glitter glue. I don't know, the name's French and I don't know what it is. But I'm going to take this and run it along the edge here. If I have enough. Whoops. Okay. So now that adds decoration to it. And it also seals these edges in. Now, you could use nail polish for this, too. It wouldn't have to be this drops. You could use Nuvo drops, run it along the edge. That would work well. This is going to need to dry, and it's actually going to take a while to dry. I may add more decorations to this later. It's a little plain, but this cardboard was not real thick, which I like. It doesn't need to be, you know, super thick. It won't add quite as much depth, you know, to thickness and stuff to my journal. Going over this edge again. I may let them dry and then go over them. You know, also add just a little bit of this, just dotted around, add a little bit of glittery stuff to the decorations. Okay, let's put the top back on. Okay, and there we go. Because of the glitter isn't dry, I can't put the ribbon in, but there will be a picture of that later, and I hope that you like this technique. Now, where am I going to put this to dry? I need some wax paper. Thank you. Come back and see me again at Raccoon Alley Creations on YouTube.